Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Trajan. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is retirement and FIRE. Stands for financial independence, retire early. FIRE, of course, is a movement that has gained a lot of traction over the last few years, especially among millennials and the younger generation. And it's all about striving for financial independence and having the option to retire early if you'd like to. I like to focus more on the financial independence portion and less on the retirement, because having financial independence means that you can do whatever you want with your time. You can work the kind of job you want, you can have some FU money, and you can retire whenever you want or not retire. As I've covered in previous videos, not everybody wants to retire. I retired and I didn't like it, and so I went back to work, and that actually is happening more and more for various reasons, which I covered in some other videos, which you can see linked down below. So what is FIRE? It's an idea or a lifestyle, a financial strategy that involves cutting down your expenses and saving as much money as possible, often 50% to 70%. Of course, you can start small by saving 5% and then gradually increasing that to as much as you can by reducing your expenses and getting a higher paying job, or take on some extra work or do side hustles or whatever it is. But it's lowering your expenses to save as much as you can so you can retire when you like and to be financially independent. And there are actually several different types of FIRE, and I want to discuss those in this video because I think it helps keeping these in mind so you can know what you're shooting for when planning your retirement, what kind of retirement you want, what kind of lifestyle you want. Do you want to work for a long time? Do you want to have a side job? Do you want to work part-time? Do you want to have a lot of money saved? So we're going to go over these different types of FIRE to help you work through that and plan your retirement. So number one is called lean FIRE. Lean FIRE is the most extreme version of FIRE. It involves being super frugal and retiring with a lower amount of money. I've made a couple of videos about retiring on $100,000 or retiring on $500,000, and is it possible and how it can be done? And you can see the link for that below as well. And typically you want to save around 25 times your annual expenses. So as you can figure out, the lower your expenses are, the less you have to save. So it requires a lot of discipline and sacrifice, but allows you to retire much earlier than traditional retirement age because you've got your expenses way down, and so you don't have to save as much for retirement. Maybe $500,000, maybe $1 million, whatever it is, but it's not millions and millions of dollars. That's called lean FIRE because you're living on a budget, which may or may not include Social Security or other forms of income, but the money you have saved up, your portfolio is lean. It's smaller. Lean FIRE. Maybe that entails moving to a different state or a different country to lower those expenses. Number two is fat FIRE, which is the opposite of lean FIRE. It involves accumulating a larger nest egg, maybe 50 times your annual expenses. So if your annual expenses in lean FIRE are $30,000, in fat FIRE, maybe you're planning for $100,000 or $150,000, and you want to have a larger portfolio so you can draw off more money every year in retirement, or you need a larger portfolio so you can not have to draw out as much. So you've got a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of leeway in case your portfolio goes down. And so fat FIRE allows you to maintain a more luxurious lifestyle and not have to worry about running out of money. In lean FIRE, you might be withdrawing 4% or 4% of your income, maybe a little bit more. In fat FIRE, you may only withdraw 2% of your portfolio to live on every year. So you've saved up more money. And of course, the downside of that is it takes a higher income, or you need to work for more years or plan and save for many more years to achieve fat FIRE. So contrasting lean FIRE with fat FIRE allows you to think about what kind of retirement you want and plan for it accordingly. Do you want to have a lower budget? And are you okay with that? Is that a lifestyle? Are you a minimalist? Is that something that you're okay with and that you like? Or do you want a fat FIRE? You want a lot of money to live on. And of course, that depends on your lifestyle. Everybody is different, and everybody wants different lifestyles now and in retirement. Are you okay with working more, longer hours, and longer years to achieve fat fire? There are trade-offs, of course. Number 3 is Barista fire. A Barista fire is a variation of fire where you retire from your primary career to continue working part-time or work on the side, which a lot of retirees do. They'll start a side hustle, they'll work at a coffee shop, Barista fire, they'll work at Walmart, they'll work as a consultant or take on fewer hours working in the same type of field they did before. And so they're working part-time to cover some of the expenses that they have in retirement. And that cuts down the amount needed for retirement, not needed as a portfolio in retirement, because you've got the money you're withdrawing from your portfolio, and then you've got the money that you're earning as part-time. So you're earning some part-time money, you need less to draw off every month from your portfolio. So the great benefit of this, is, of course, is it's easier to attain. You don't have to have as large a portfolio. You don't need to do lean fire where you've got a super small budget, but it's a happy medium where you've got a portfolio to draw from, but then you also have a job that can also keep money coming in, can keep you engaged, can keep you working with friends, and there are a lot of other benefits aside from the social benefits of working. So are you with me so far? We've covered 3. We've got a couple more to go. If this has been interesting, I've got a lot more content on this YouTube channel, and then I also write a newsletter at morningdownload.com where we talk about personal finance, retirement strategies, investing, saving, what's going on in the market, and you can subscribe to that below. Also, give this video a like and a subscribe if you like content like this. Okay, 2 more types of fire are coast fire. This one's interesting because it's a little bit different than the typical save up your whole life till you're 65 and then retire. It's you work really hard in your early years, say your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, you save a lot, and then you stop saving. You just set that money aside once you hit a certain age or a certain dollar amount, and then instead of saving a certain portion of your income, say 20% of your income, you stop saving and you start spending that money because you want to have more experiences. You want to live a little. You don't want to be saving and spending or saving all the time and doing everything. So you aggressively save early on, and then once you've hit whatever milestone or goal you have, then you lighten up and enjoy your money a little bit more, and you just don't touch that money that you've saved. You have it invested. Say you save up until you're 40 and you don't want to retire until you're 60. You just leave that portfolio there and don't touch it for 20 years and just let it grow and keep working and enjoying your money and maybe saving some and maybe not, but not worrying about money as much because you built up your savings and investments early on in life. Of course, for many of us, it's too late to do that, but it's something that we can teach our kids or even grandkids the benefits of saving early and taking advantage of coast fire, building up that portfolio, and then setting it aside and coasting and enjoying your income later on in life. And then the last one is flex fire. Flex fire is an approach where you don't necessarily aim for a specific retirement date or retirement amount. You just focus on building multiple streams of income to bring in money to pay for your lifestyle, pay for your expenses. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, is a big advocate of this. He talks about building multiple streams of income with real estate, with building businesses, and having investments and having different money coming in. That could also include Social Security or pension or insurance payments. So have as many streams of income as possible to diversify and so you're not as dependent on a job. That takes many, many years to build up, but if it's something that you're interested in, especially if you're a business owner, that it can be something that's very achievable, having multiple streams of income, either as investments or a job or real estate or whatever it is. That is flex fire. So I hope these different kinds of fire, financial independence, retire early, gives you some ideas on how to plan your retirement, gives you some things to think about. There are a lot of different ways to do retirement, all depending on what your interests are and how much you can save and how much you can invest. There's no one size fits all. It's whatever plan you have, but make sure that you have a plan and you stick to it and you envision what you want your retirement to look like. So if you are currently doing any of these or you have done, then I'd love to hear what your experience is. Comment down below in the video and let me know which type of FIRE is most appealing to you, which one you would pursue. And if this was interesting, please check out my other videos. I've got a playlist of videos about retirement, starting with this one, wherever it is, about retirement alternatives. There are a lot of different ways to retire, so I discuss more retirement alternatives in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.